Hello, and it's a great day to be a Pokemon fan because Pokémon Legends Z-A, I'm talking about the Nintendo Switch version 1, you can fully play this now into your PC in 4K resolution or 1440p resolution and in 60 FPS. And if you are interested in that, then please do watch this guide because I'm going to teach you on how to do that. So first of all is that you will need to have a copy of all the files that I've highlighted here in my folder. So these are the mod for the Pokémon Legends Z-A, which will enable you to play the game in 60 FPS. You will need to have the Nintendo Switch firmware and the Nintendo Switch keys. It should be in version 20 in order for it to take and play Pokémon Legends Z-A, and it should be in NSP or XCI full format. And also you will need an emulator installed into your PC. So before I teach you this guide, I need you to agree that you own a physical copy of Pokémon Legends Z-A. So we do not support piracy here, so be sure to buy the game, purchase it, own it digitally where you bought it from eShop or you bought it from a physical store and that you have a physical copy of the game. So if you own the game, then proceed into this guide. So now open a new new tab and just go to Google and search for Ryubing emulator because that is the emulator that we will gonna get. So hit enter, and so this is their official page, and the first result will always be from their GitHub page. So click on that, and then just scroll down below. It says latest build, and go for you can find a stable release here. Click on that, and then you'll be redirected to the page wherein you can get the files that you need to install. So my internet is kind of slow today. I don't know why, but here is where you get the what's happening here. So I'm just gonna. So this is where you will. I think the site is really slow in loading it. So I'm just gonna skip on this part. But basically, this is where you get the installer and just look for the Windows zip file, and then I'm just gonna minimize this, and I'm gonna assume that you have already done that. I'm sorry about that, but kind of slow in loading. Oh, here it is. So just get the Windows zip file, download it now, and get a copy of it. And if you're from Linux, be sure to get it from Linux version, the Mac OS version, and also there's a Linux ARM64 version. But sure, get the Windows 64 version if you're from Windows. So I'm just gonna minimize this and just open that file where you have downloaded the Ryubing emulator. So go ahead, click on that, and then all you have to do to install this emulator is really easy. All you have to do is drag and drop this into whatever drive into your PC or whichever folder you want to store it. So just do that. I'm just gonna close in this, and I'm just gonna rename this into Ryubing emulator, and then hit enter. Open the folder. The next step is just click on the Ryujinx application file, and then you can now fully run Ryubing emulator. So I'm just gonna delete this because I have already installed mine into my PC and I have fully optimized it. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm just gonna assume that you have now opened Ryubing emulator. So your Ryubing emulator, if this is your first installation, will not look like mine because you have not yet installed the needed files for it to detect and play such games. So what are those files? So the files that are needed are these files here, the Nintendo Switch keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware. Both should be in version 20 in order for it to detect and play Pokémon Legends Z-A. Now, if you're asking me on how to get all of these files, the most legal way to do this is that you own a Nintendo Switch console, which you bought, you own it, you have the console itself, you installed a custom firmware in it, meaning that you have modded your Switch. Once you have a custom firmware installed in it, that means you can now fully access your Nintendo Switch system files. And once you have access on those system files, all you have to do is just look for all of the key files and the firmware file of the Switch, and then just transfer them into your PC, just like mine here. Now, in order for you to get the game, there is no other way around this, but you should purchase the game legally, own the physical copy of it wherein you have purchased it from a store. So, for those who don't know how to mod or install a custom firmware into your Nintendo Switch and don't know how to digitally back up your purchased game or dump it, this is the next step that you'll need to do. I just need you to agree that you own the console itself and you own the game itself. So prepare your mobile phone and scan this with your QR code reader, and you will be redirected to the page wherein you can get all of these 3 files here. So just be sure to follow the instructions in the site in order for you to get these files here. So if you have downloaded this via your mobile phone, be sure to copy them into your PC. Be sure to transfer them. So I'm just going to assume that you have done that and that you have those files. So let's go ahead and install it in Ryubing. Open Ryubing again, open the keys zip file, and then open the keys folder. Then go to Ryubing again, go to action, install keys, install .keys, and locate on that firmware file, the keys file. So just create a new folder, name it keys, and then just drag and drop these files here. Okay, and then select the product keys first and hit open, hit yes, and hit OK. Let me close this one. Then go back again to action, install keys, install .keys, go to title.keys, hit open, hit yes, hit OK. Then the next step is to install the firmware. So just go to actions, install keys, install firmware, install XEI and zip file version. So just look for the firmware file, zip file. So version 20.5.0, this is the one we need. Hit open, hit yes, and it'll say successful install. Hit OK. You'll know that it's successful because right down here below it will say version 20.5.0. And if you have some Switch games already in your system, it will now be detected and it'll show you your game icons of your game. So your Ryubing emulator now is capable of detecting Switch games and it will not look empty. And now we can play the game. So I have Pokémon Legends Z-A here. As you can see, it's in version 1.0.0, the base version of the game. I have not installed the day 1 update, day 1 patch of it because it will crash Ryubing emulator. So we are not going to use that until Ryubing is updated to a new version where it can run the patch update. Now I have played 1 hour of gameplay of it, and it's a 4 gigabytes of file. So I have also installed Pokémon Legends Z-A as 60 FPS mod in it to run it smoothly. It runs much better than Nintendo Switch 2 version, and it looks much better too. So right click on it, and then go for the mods, manage mods section. Click on that, and then here, as you can see, I have the dynamic 60 FPS version. So in order for you to install this, when you have downloaded you have accessed the page that I have given you via QR code, you will also get the 60 FPS beta version of the mod. So click on that, and then all you have to do is drag and drop this file. When you click on the add button here, just create a new folder named mods so you know where you have put your mods. Then just drag and drop this file here. But for me, I have done this. I'm just going to skip on that. So I'm just going to cancel this. And when you have that here selected, just hit save. And your Pokémon Legends Z-A can now run in 60 FPS. Now for the next step, we will still need to optimize our Ryubing emulator so that it will not crash into a certain scene in the game wherein you enter Lumia City, and when the cinematic rolls, the game will crash and you'll not be able to progress on it. So to solve that issue, so just go to options and go to settings. So I need you to pause the video and copy every section of the tabs that I'm going to show you. So be sure to cover everything out. Okay, so game directories is wherein you will store your Switch games. It could be anywhere into your PC as long as you know where they are. Now, it should also be in XEI and NSP file format, okay? Now go to input, connect your controller. It's better that you play this game with a controller, so you use your Xbox controller, PlayStation controller, PC controller, or Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Map them up according to your liking, but the dead zone for both left and right sticks, you should change those into 0.20 to fix some drifting issues if your controller is drifting, and also change the range here in 2 for both left and right sticks. Once you're done, go to system. So you can change the regional language to the regional language you want, but the basic setting is that it's set to Switch. And then in FS integrity checks, be sure to check that. And in the DRAM size, be sure that you have it set to 8 gigabytes, because before we can play Switch games easily with just 4 gigabytes, but for this game we need to change this to 8 gigabytes. Now once done, go to CPU. Before, we need to check PPTC, but in this game, we'll need to uncheck this. And be sure to copy everything here. Once done, go to graphics. So this is the important part of the setting, so be sure to copy everything. So graphics backend should be in Vulkan. Preferred GPU is that you have a dedicated graphics card, at least a GTX 1050 or a 1060. Prefer that you use a 1060. It's a really old card right now, so I think you have a better graphics card. So graphics backend multi-threading, it should be on. Enable shader cache and enable macro HLE in features and enhancements. And resolution scale, it's set in 2x resolution, 1440p. But if you're having some issues because you have a lower end of a CPU, so be sure to change this into native, which is the base resolution of the Switch. But if you're like me that has a powerful CPU and a graphics card, then you can go for 3x and 4x resolution. You can play this game easily in 4K and 60 FPS with no issues. Now in scaling filter, set to FSR, but if you're having some issues with it, change this to bilinear. Now, in anisotropic filtering, it should be 16 times, but if you're having some issues, change this to auto or 2 times. In aspect ratio, 16:9. This is subjective. It depends on what monitor you're using, so change this to that monitor aspect ratio. Now, once you're done, go to audio. So really simple settings, so be sure to copy them, and once done, hit apply and hit OK. Congratulations, your Pokémon Legends Z-A is now fully playable, and it can run 60 FPS easily into your PC right now with Ryujinx emulator. So a little bit of disclaimer, I will not be able to show you guys a gameplay of this game running into my PC because we all know how strict Nintendo is and they hate this kind of content. So if I show you a gameplay of this game running into my PC, then my channel might be taken down and my videos will be easily taken down because Nintendo really hates Switch emulation. So I'm willing to compromise a little bit, by the way, so that I can show you proof that this video tutorial is working, and I'm just gonna run the game into the title screen, and once I am in the title screen, I'm just gonna stop emulation from there, and also I'm just gonna blur the screen from here on out so that Nintendo will not be able to hit me with any copyright strike into my channel. So as you can see here right below, I know that is blurred, but here down below you can see the FPS of the game. It's running 60 FPS easily, no issues. So as long as you follow all the steps that I have shown you in this guide, you'll easily be able to play this game easily into your PC, 60 FPS, 4K resolution, whatever your resolution you basically like. So, if you have some questions regarding the installation process of this game, then just leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer all of that. So, if you find this video helpful, please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because that will help me out massively. Thank you for watching, see you next time, and goodbye for now.